Hey y'all, it's Ms. Eden here with a weekly astrology update for y'all. How's the family doing? How was your weekend? Throw me some comments. How is the vibe for y'all right now? Sending y'all so much love as we get into this Monday. And boy, do we have a week ahead of us. So I hope y'all have enjoyed the last couple weeks of slowdown with the beginning of Mercury retrograde. Because now y'all shit's picking up. So you're going to start hearing me say that a lot more and more. I do have a quick little short and video that you can check out with a really brief breakdown. But this is going to be the more in-depth astrology analysis for the week, y'all. So let's get into it. All right. We're starting the week on Monday. I know it's Sunday, Monday, but the work week, we're starting with a fourth quarter or a last quarter moon in Gemini. Now, last quarter moons are really wonderful for wrapping things up, kind of finalizing those last little items that of things that we were wrapping up with our full moon that we need to clear before our new moon comes in, which is going to be happening at the beginning of September. I'll get into that shortly, y'all. But this fourth quarter moon in Gemini is really asking us to acknowledge all the clutter in our mind that's obsessed, that we're obsessing over in our heads, with our intellects, with our mental state, and how that is truly just putting us at a standstill. You know what I mean? Like we're worrying and having so much anxiety or concern about what am I going to do? What's going to happen? Da, 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 and the thoughts are going. And then it almost creates, because there's so many thoughts, it creates like a standstill. You get stuck. You're paralyzed by the thoughts, by the anxiety, by the fear, by the unknown. So this last quarter moon is asking you to be aware of that. And I know that my brain, just since this weekend, has really picked up. Like, I've been in relax mode the last couple weeks. And come Saturday, I think, it just like, my brain started going again. And like a little bit of that anxiety started coming back. So it just started, my thoughts running really fast. And it was a good reminder for me to like, okay, I acknowledge where I'm at right now. And maybe I need to check in with myself to slow it down a bit because this doesn't feel too good. So that's exactly the energy of this fourth quarter moon that y'all need to keep in mind, is just like pause when you feel the mind is rushing a little bit too much. Check in with yourself. What is it trying to tell you? Or conversely, is it just riddling you filled more with anxiety and fear and negative kind of emotions that are actually putting you more at a standstill rather than helping further you along the path? So that's Monday, right? Like, use that last quarter moon energy to temper that mind. Okay, if your mind's been going like mine, great energy to start tempering it. On, I don't know, what is this, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe the 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct. So Mercury's been in retrograde for the last few weeks. It goes direct on the 28th in the sign of Leo, a fire sign. All right, y'all. So this Mercury retrograde has really given us a nice opportunity to pause and recalibrate a lot of our patterns of thinking, the way that we receive information and where we get that information from. Ideas and creativity hopefully have been able to flow a little bit more with this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo, as well as Virgo, but currently Leo. So as Mercury goes direct, we're gonna, like, usually when planets are in their couple of days of stationing direct or stationing retrograde, we feel the attributes and the aspects of those planets a lot stronger. So Mercury governs, again, communication, our minds, our intellect, our ideas, travel, technology, right? The development of technology like internet, Wi-Fi signals, internet connection is what I was thinking, right? Like, it's all about electricity, that sort of thing. But with it going direct, just keep in mind, y'all, that like it might get everything might get a little frazzled this week because we have that energy of Mercury stationing direct. Okay. I learned that when planets are going retrograde, they're actually a lot closer to the Earth. That's a new fun fact for me. So again, we're having Mercury start to pull away from the Earth a little bit, but we will be feeling its influences for sure at the beginning of the week through the end of the week, and even a couple of weeks after, because the shadow period, as they call it, for any retrograde cycle can last a little bit of time outside of the official retrograde periods. For Mercury, it's a couple of weeks. So just like, again, expect that we might still have some bumps, some communication issues, some slowdowns, right? Over the next couple of weeks as well, as Mercury is making its full movement into its full change into direct movement. That's what I'm trying to say. Then the day after, on the 29th, y'all, we have Venus changing signs into Libra, which Libra is at home in the sign of Venus. It's besides Taurus, it is one of the signs of Venus. And so it should be feeling really good, really cozy, really comfortable there, bringing us a nice reprieve from all the electric energy that's going to be moving around this week. It might bring in a little blast, a gust, maybe I should say, a gentle gust of beauty, of time to really enjoy and savor with your senses, right? Yeah, because then we get in, I'm going to go into a little bit of next week. I feel it's important for y'all to know a little bit about what's coming up over next weekend and Monday of next week, getting into our new moon. So on the 1st of September, we have Uranus going retrograde. So yeah, Mercury just came out of retrograde. Uranus is stationing retrograde on September 1st. Uranus retrograde, we're already going to be able to start feeling that, with Uranus being one of our larger outer planets of the solar system. It moves a lot slower. So this retrograde is going to be much longer than a Mercury retrograde. We also simultaneously, just a reminder, y'all, in addition to Mercury ending its retrograde and Uranus about to go into retrograde, we have Saturn retrograde. We have Neptune retrograde. We have Pluto retrograde. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And I need to check. I'm not sure. Chiron might still be retrograding as well. A big retrograde period that we continue to be in. But now it's shifting from that Mercury, inner planet, faster moving, to like almost, I believe, all, except Jupiter. I need to double check that. When is Jupiter retrograde? But almost all of the outer planets are going to be retrograding, which means that this is a period of huge paradigm shifts for the masses. Because whenever outer planets are doing their thing, changing signs, retrograding, because those periods of time are so much longer, it doesn't necessarily affect, like we have our sun sign, our rising sign, our moon sign, because those all move pretty quickly and they can be very unique to the individual. Larger body planets out there in the solar system do not give you that same grace. That is more for like generational. You, as a generation, as a collective group of humans, we have come in with that energy of maybe Uranus in a certain sign, or Jupiter in a certain sign, or one of those planets, Saturn, retrograding, right? So when we have larger planets doing their thing, it affects more of us, not just necessarily like on the individual unique level. It's affecting many of us all at once, right? So I don't know if that made much sense. I hope it did. I know it was a little bit confusing. So Uranus is the bringer of sudden and swift change. It is a earth shaker, planet of, like earthquakes and lightning and rapid changes, breaking down systems that need to be broken down to start building anew. Uranus is the planet of Aquarius, and we have a lot of Aquarian energy coming up, y'all. Pluto is also on the 1st of September, mark your calendars, going to be making its final push in its retrograde cycle into the sign of Capricorn. Slowly but surely, it's been moving back. It's been in Aquarius for a little bit. And now on the 1st of September, it's going to be sliding back into Capricorn for its last time in centuries. It will not re-enter, Pluto will not re-enter Capricorn, I believe, for the next 200 to 300 years, something like that. Maybe even 400. I gotta double check Pluto's cycle. I think it's like 293 years or something like that. So this is a big deal. Big deal, y'all. We have Uranus going retrograde, explosive energies. I already explained to y'all how when retrograde planets do their thing, go in and out, station retrograde or station direct, those days around that stationing of retrograde or direct get really infused with the essences of those planets. So Uranus is a very revolutionary, change, sudden, electrifying kind of shifting planet and energy. And that's going to come right up against Pluto retrograde sliding back into Capricorn. Capricorn is all about top-down power structures. It's all about control, grounded in, in our earthly resources. It is absolutely going to be a little bit of an explosive period around the weekend or the first with this Uranus going retrograde and Pluto backing it up into Capricorn. Now, this is really interesting because not only will this be the last time that Pluto is in Capricorn for the next few hundred years, but the next sign it's shifting into is Aquarius, power to the people, the sign of freedom, of justice, of balance, right? Capricorn, while Pluto is there, it will be at the 29th degree of Capricorn. We call that in astrology the anaretic degree. And that is the final degree in a sign before the planet shifts into the next sign, like Aquarius. So when we have the final degree sitting there on our astrological chart, that is even more energy about like endings. And I don't want to say sudden endings, but like really powerful endings. And I want you to think about the endings of this kind of capitalistic, few have the power and the masses are struggling at the bottom kind of system that we've been living through the last few hundred years, right? And how that is all shifting right now into a more we, not you, not I, we, community-oriented space. We are moving out of ego and more into giving and community and compassion for others, humanitarianism. And when an old system dies out, y'all, that's usually when it makes its hardest and most ferocious swipes for power, right? Because it knows it's dying. It knows it's crumbling. Uranus and Aquarius energy, okay? So yeah, this Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn for the next, I think, 3 months, we're going to see a lot of what looks like backsliding into old power structures that are going to be a real wake up. It is not that, keep in mind, we got to stay very objective, because it is not that we are moving backwards, although it's going to feel like it. It's that we have to really see clearly with our eyes, with our entire selves, what the hell is going on with those who have been in control and who are currently in control. And it's going to be a wake up for all of us about, this isn't the way we want things. And we see what it's doing to us, to our planet. No. Huge shift. So it's going to be very explosive energy around the first. And then directly on the heels of that is our new moon in Virgo. A perfect opportunity, new beginnings. So think about, as we come into this weekend, as your minds might be rumbling and chattering more, what new things do you want to seed in your life? New ideas, new beginnings, with all of this old coming back up to review, because we need to release so that we can make space for the new. That's a lot of what's going to be happening during these next few months, especially this week, and especially during these retrograde cycles we've been going through with Mercury and now Uranus going retrograde on Monday on the 1st, whenever that is for you. Yeah, y'all. So that is, sorry, let me wrap it up with our new moon in Virgo, and then I'll let y'all chew over that, all right? With all that explosive, sudden shifting, changing energy coming at us, that new moon in Virgo can provide stability and balance for us. Remember, Virgo is about organizing, it's about learning, it's about clearing out. Remember how we need to clear out those old stagnant things from inside that no longer serve us, that are holding us back. Remember, I was talking about all that mental chatter that's causing so much anxiety that it's stopping you from progressing because you're so worried about every little thing. That's me. Yeah. I felt that this week, and I'm having to kick myself into gear about no, go find some joy. to slow yourself down. Go sit and be with nature to reconnect yourself to that spiritual essence of walking each day more in connection with myself and with the world around me, especially with nature. I've very much felt like I've lost that this last few days. So if you're feeling the same, like come back using that Virgo new moon energy, that Venus and Libra energy, that Mercury going direct energy, to come back to yourself, to really think about what is it that I need to release as these old structures are going down and I'm seeing them being cleared from my life, from the masses, you know, and for all of us. And what is it that I want to build? What is it? Virgo is a wonderful idea. I want to say, like, that's Gemini too, but like they're great with, like, once they have the idea, to research and learn everything that they can about it and to then make something from that. It's pure. Virgo energy is like pure creation, right? I can't think of the word right now except like purity, right? Like that kind of untouched, like undestructed, Virgo, virgin-esque kind of energy, right? So y'all definitely let me know how the energy is working with y'all this week. Buckle your seatbelts. Keep your mind in a healthy and joyous, gentle place. Be your own best friend, not your own worst enemy. And definitely throw me some comments, y'all. If you've made it this far through the video and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I love building this family even more. And I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts about how this energy is resonating in your life. It is so helpful and super interesting to hear from y'all how this is affecting y'all. Okay, loves? So have a beautiful week. I'll be back with you guys this week sometime with some tarot readings and some other updates. Much love, y'all.